Imagine spending your entire life as a hospital patient in agonizing pain, from being picked and probed at, receiving harmful treatments, and being completely helpless in defending yourself. That is exactly what 26 million animals go through every year in laboratories when they are used for testing, according to PETA, the Organization for Ethical Treatments of Animals. Ever since I adopted my puppy and saw videos on Twitter about cruel animal testing that is occurring, I made it my goal to use animal cruelty free products and to encourage people to do the same. Animal testing should be banned because it is cruel and inhumane. Animals are very different from humans, therefore, their animal testing does not predict reliable results in humans, and there are many alternative methods to testing than using animals. Firstly, animal testing is cruel and inhumane. According to the Humane Society International, animals are forced to drug, chemical, and disease exposure. Some animals have their tails clipped, they are deprived of food and water, and some go through electric shock. This leads to unbearable pain for the animals and usually always results in death. PETA, the People for the Ethical Treatments of Animals, is the largest animals rights organization known in the world. PETA describes a numerous amount of unethical treatments that occur today, and two I will be talking about are the DRAIS and the acute toxicity testing. The DRAIS eye and skin irritation is the most commonly known. This test is used to develop products like eye drops, makeup, or lotions. This testing includes dripping a substance into a rabbit's eyes or smearing it on their skin. The effects of this substance usually causes inflamed skin, bleeding, scabs, and blindness. PETA also states that there's no requirement to give animals any type of pain relieving drugs during this process. Acute toxicity testing is used to determine the dangers of exposure of products. The product is given to an animal in high doses by force feeding, inhalation, and contact. Animal symptoms during this testing usually includes seizures, paralysis, and death, PETA. In addition, animals are very different from humans. Therefore, animal testing does not provide accurate results in humans. Using animal testing is ineffective. Animals can't develop diseases like humans do, for example, schizophrenia, HIV, and certain cancers. Cruelty Free International. 90% of drugs tested on animals fail. British Union for the Abolition of Vivisection. 92% of drugs failed in clinical trials have successfully passed through animal studies. Safer Medicines Trust. Over 100 stroke drugs have been found effective in animals in the lab but have failed in humans. Akhtar Aisha, MD. Over 85 HIV medicines that worked in non-human primates failed miserably when tried in humans. Akhtar Aisha, MD. Vioxx, an arthritis drug, was tested on animals and had a positive outlook for humans. When the drug was dispersed to humans, it caused more than 27,000 heart attacks and cardiac deaths among people. NBCnews.com. Lastly, there are many alternatives to animal testing. NIEVS, an organization dedicated to end animal testing, lists in vitro and computer models as two options. In vitro testing uses a test tube and models that are based on human cells and tissues. NIEVS.org. In vitro testing is a greater alternative because it doesn't involve the killing of animals and it lets researchers test human diseases, which are all mostly microscopic. According to IDA, in defense of animals, in vitro produces more accurate results. Computer models work by replicating the structure and the shapes of molecules and work with them to improve their effects. IDA. In conclusion, animal testing is cruel and inhumane. Animals differ from humans and therefore do not predict reliable results in humans. There are also alternatives to testing, like the computer models and the in vitro testing. They usually have a better outcome. Just remember, 26 million animals suffer each year from these horrible tests. They have feelings and feel pain just like humans. Put yourself in their shoes.